semis where they just dismantled Bleed, and we saw as well in the upper bracket quarterfinals versus Army Geniuses. Those were some difficult games. One went 60 minutes, one went 40 minutes. But so far, Blacklist have been on a pretty clean run up until this stage. And we'll see if SMG is going to be able to put that to a stop.
Yeah, and Blacklist Draft, it lends itself to a playstyle they have been adopting so far as well. It is going to be very strong once they group up and go as 5. Even though they're playing into Darks here, I still would give them the advantage for just 5v5 skirmishes because, Pango role is very strong. If he can somehow prevent getting himself ruptured, then you have this all these different combinations internally with the AA ulti as well. Over on the side of SMG though, I also like what they got themselves, because I said, Blacklist so far have been very 5-manny, very deathbally, so they got the Clockwork, the Invoker, the Furion. All these heroes are very good at splitting up the map, making it a little bit more open, or just split pushing. If you notice, oh, they're gonna go for a top tower, we'll just start poking on the other side then.
Let us see as the horn sounds for our first game here.
The battle begins.
Should be pretty easy. Couple of bounty runes going either way. Arfu even considers about taking the one on Raven. So, but let's see. Eyes on mid lane as well. No one has been on an incredible run so far. We're moving over to SMG and Carl, the ever so stable mid laner, I should say mid laner. But we said he's playing some tricky matchups. Tornado to be able to purge off the shield crash as well could be a little bit frustrating in some of these early fights. But let's see what he's going to be able to do.
Yeah, definitely. He could even, with a well-timed tornado, he can even stop him from getting the shield crash altogether if he uses it right as he casts. But so far, no one going to start out the lane in a very nice way, just getting himself 2 last hits out of the 4 already, and tough for Call to get any CS here. Continues right click, just Pango taking a bit of a beating. Bottom, we see a courier snipe attempt here, or 2. Not even gonna go courier sniping, just gonna pull the creep wave on the side of SMG here, getting the creep wave back.
We already see Cuckoo's up to being able to block that one off as well, so welcome to your new lane.
Yep.
The outskirts of the jungle.
Build a new lane matchup, but this is gonna work pretty well for SMG still though, as they keep going away and put the Iron Shell and Clockwork so he can run in and just be a nuisance here. This hurts, man. He doesn't need to auto-attack anyone here. That would pull the tower aggro, but just standing next to them, he's passively doing tons of damage. And he has HP regen for days on the Clockwork. He's got 5 tangles, uses a salve, buys another salve. He knows what his purpose is, man. He's just gonna go in with Iron Shell, and yeah, that's what he's gonna be doing.
Well, we've seen some of the Darkseid lanes have been very upcoming, and maybe this is, like you said, he's just going to put his body on the line, make sure Mastros is able to get as much farm as he possibly can once they pull the wave and get the creeps next to the tower safely. So this is going to be important for Mastros to be able to get off to a good start, and we'll see how early those aura items are going to come out as well.
Yeah, gonna be, doing his best here, and I think Darkseer getting a very good start thanks to this as well. Like, so far they're doing a great job manipulating the lane. Mid we see a lot of harass being put on this Pango, who's finally gonna start using Bottle and get his HP up again.
Lastly, this top lane looking pretty good so far for mid one's Bloodseeker, 12-5 compared to the 7-0. We were mentioning that there might be a little bit more kill potential out of the boys on SMG, but do you feel like that changes once Blacklist maybe gets some levels and maybe some early start items as well?
I think it changed a little bit due to the creep that Doom got his hands on. He got a very nice creep here, getting the mana burn and the mana regen aura. So we got 3.9 mana regen for Rubik right now, able to spam his Fade Bolts and also burning away the mana here on the enemy. It's gonna keep themselves safe a little bit. They burned Nature's Prophet a few times, so he can't keep sprouting.
The Lotus fight go for Genuel. Looks like he picked up top one. Bottom went the way of Arfu as well. So SMG are going to have both that advantage to be able to work with inside some of the side lanes. But we saw a lot in the previous series with Bob and Yopaj going at it. There was a heavy emphasis emphasis on mid rotations from the supports to be able to get the water runes and the power runes is actually mid.
Oh, he has no spells.
Yeah, he's dead. What a read as well from Januel to TP, and no one makes the call that both the swashbuckle and the shield crash had been used, so Januel can easily TP in and assist no one with finding first blood.
Yeah, that's the value of Nature's Prophet that we were talking about, why this hero is one of the first phase picks. You can't expect to be safe on mid lane if you use both your spells like that. The call comes out, and that just shows good communication, right? No one understands that, wait, hold up, this guy just messed up, let's punish him. And they get the first blood. Over to Nature's Prophet. I almost like that more than Invoker getting it, because Nature's Prophet support, man, get a few items on him and he becomes a real menace.
Yeah, we've spoken a lot, but this hero has a super versatile item build. If you feel like you need a Scepter Rush, if you want a Solar Crest, or Staff, you want any other defensive items, like, he's your man for it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's sort of that utility. He can build whatever and fix your game, basically. Looking at the CS for now, this is a very, very strong start for the side.
Again?
Oh no.
All his spells.
Not the same play.
I mean, he can cut through, but this is so much damage. A tornado comes out from no one. The TP's there. I mean, Cuckoo will be able to get the return kill onto Januel, but there's no TP on the... I guess by the time he respawns, it's going to be back off cooldown. But these rotations are devastating for Carl's early game.
I mean, still going to delay his TP by 4 seconds there, as it has a little bit of extra, and yeah, it does not feel good for him. And now you TP'd away mid with your AA as well. Meanwhile, bottom tower is being bullied. Darkseer, who usually doesn't do that well in lane from what we've seen so far, is off to a very good start, getting a lot of experience, and yeah, your creep wave is just dead, so this is tough for bottom. The AA and Sven not having the most fun time here.
They look very comfortable with this Darkseer kind of synergy between the two. I mean, Masros was even giving a shell to Arfu and is just farming up the jungle, giving a little bit more gold to the Darkseer, even when he wasn't nearby, so...
Yeah, just send him off to get some farm for you. Always a nice way to utilize your support when you're Darkseer. Meanwhile, we see stacks going to be paired by the Rubik, going to build up a little bit more, as he already did stack once over here. Working on tripling these stacks. At the same time, though, I mean, the Sven AA, they're not really suffering under tower. Sven doesn't lose any HP to being under tower like this. He has enough armor, he's a melee hero. It's completely fine.
But are you concerned the fact that Masros is net worth?
Oh boy, the mana burn mid. Yeah, it is. It is concerning that they're leading the way, but I'm more looking towards mid right now. Like this poor Pango is getting a lot of attention towards him, and it's starting to hurt.
How do Blacklist look to then try and stabilize Carl's early game? Well, what are maybe the plays they could be considering to help the Pango?
It's going to be just exploding towards the off lane. Once you have the role available, go and look to make something happen. They could look towards the Darkseer as well. It's a possible play with the Sven, but I think it's a riskier attempt. And he could farm up the triple camp that they have stacked up here. If he wants, he can fall back on that. Looks like he is considering going and taking the Wisdom rune. He's backing out. Carl looking a little bit indecisive right now. It would be a long rotation.
Just funny watching Januel pump fake the TP at the Wizard room. Maybe trying to...
I'ma steal it.
Yeah, I'ma steal it. Maybe you have to TP some extra people in, but... So I guess the one big thing is that Raven, like you said, they haven't really stopped the Sven's farm, so he's currently second in net worth currently. And how do we feel overall about the Sven game? Like, we spoke a little bit about addressing the Darkseer, but what about now that we see like the Bloodseeker for mid one? Do we think this is a game where Raven with a ridiculous amount of farm could get the team over the finishing line?
Oh, I think so. AA though gonna get sprouted up after being cogged up. They got cut with the Quelling Blade. It's fine for now.
Oh, Masros is no remorse though, diving deep under the tower. My friend, your surge is on cooldown. He will be able to get out of
Fate this up.
Proc. It's not going to be enough to secure the kill. They're even going to TP the Pango down. When Carl's got Rolling Thunder, they're actually still stick around. Arfu and Januel, oh, nice cogs. Stops the shield crash. It's not going to matter in the end. He does still die, so is it 1-for-1? Carl, did he get assist? Okay, did get assist gold at least, but no one even making his own movement down to bottom.
Yeah, considering joining here as they are respawning soon on clock. We'll see if he comes back as well. No one was spotted by Carl, heading back towards mid. The nice thing for Pango there is they didn't expand his ulti for that, so still managed to TP down and help kill one hero. But he's gonna get EMP'd again here. He's just down to 0 mana. He has a clarity and he has magic ones, but top.
Top lane, KP, yeah. Doom's already been used, but look at the response out of Arfu and Genuel. Mid one rewarded with the kill, even though there was an initial attempt onto him. So 120 seconds now without the ultimate for KP.
Yeah, he was trying to deter them from bringing him down using that Doom. I think he also used Doom to dispel the Blood Rage to lower the DPS to try and stay alive, but not really enough to survive all those 3 heroes focusing down on him. Now we see an invasion here, checking out what the stack status is. Gonna see that there are indeed some stacks and a Rubik.
They could rotate over. Carl's nearby. KP as well can come from the top side. They're going to need some more members, though, especially to get the kill onto the Invoker. And an early Ice Blast pickup from Cuckoo is going to result in the kill onto Arfu.
And they get the kill there with the help of Carl as well, but at the end of the day, not too much happening there. Just a little bit of an invasion, they check, and then one support each go down. Meanwhile, bottom lanes, Raven and Masters are both farming away. The Sven has the ulti available now in Mask of Madness. This poor Pango, dude. He's always at 0 mana, I feel, every time I look. At least he does have a big magic stick building up.
Oh, he went for it. Arfu can catch up to him with the cogs. You bet he can. And now no one. He's going to have a free fight, being able to spellcast down inside the river. Carl can still blow up the clockwork and also jump over to the higher ground, so that is a much-needed kill for the Invoker, and he tips Arfu, thanking him for the freebie.
Yeah, Pango going to be very happy with that one. That's a lot of damage again coming out from the swashbuckle there, and also AA doing quite a bit with the Ice Vortex. You put up the cogs as clockwork and want to keep the opponent trapped, well, AA just turned the tables on you and put down the Ice Vortex in the cogs. He's like, okay, yeah, you stay in there too. It's nice. A lot of damage for him. Now we see them clearing up the Ancients, or the big camp at least, and preparing to clear the Ancients as well with the Pango to try and get him back in the game a bit.
He's back. Not crazy back, but he's in a position where he's going to be pretty happy.
It's playable, it's playable. He's definitely not doing too poorly. The important thing is going to be his timing for the diffusal, and understanding that he's delaying going for his Orb of Corrosion, so not going to finish that up as AA actually steals the big black dragon last hit for Pango. But getting the different timing is going to be what really enables him to be able to make moves and start making things happen. As I say that though, bottom tower is already brought down here. The attention from the Invoker and the Nature's Prophets, they do bring down the tower quite quickly. And so far, we haven't seen the same on top. In fact, it's going to be SMG now striking top.
This could be scary, man. I don't know if they're going to have the damage to block KP before the reaction comes through as Blacklist. They've already read this perfectly. Carl's going to be here with the Rolling Thunder. They want to try and target down no one, and with a combination, they'll blow up the Invoker. He chucks a tornado out on his dying breath, which will help get the kill onto the Doom. And SMG, they're going to bring some extra numbers in as well, but Mastros will not be able to catch up to retreating members on Blacklist, so in the end, will be a 1-for-1 for either side.
There were a lot of people TPing up top as well. I would like to see Sven maybe even push harder on bottom and getting more farm down there, but it's going to be Bloodseeker now coming down to inhabit this area. He does have the full Maelstrom on Bloodseeker, so keeping up nicely with Sven, only 200 gold difference between the two of them.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now with the hookshot, like all the tools are basically up and available now. Of course, the Doom being on cooldown means we won't see that anytime soon, but with the hookshot available for the side of SMG, they could make some moves as well.
Do you feel like it might be around this mid lane so they can potentially open up the tower if they get a kill?
I think so. I think generally just keep playing around this Pango, and Pango again gonna lose all his mana. Oh, the hookshot way off the mark there. He did have a haste that he popped immediately after the tornado, so perhaps a little bit hard hook to land. Yeah, I think opening towers is usually the important thing to play towards those. So we'll see how much they stress about it, or if they feel fine just, you know, farming away the way the game is evolving right now. They do have the full pipe on Masteros, so I would like to see them use this timing.
I mean, we even see mid-one's positioning as well. He's actually looking to get involved here. Tornado's going to start and be able to wrap around with the Rupture. So Kyle, without a doubt, going to be killed off. Mid-one, make sure the Rupture doesn't get stolen. Quick fingers with the Blood Rage. Could have been a bit of a messy fight with a Rupture turnaround under the tier 1. Raven will still run into Arfu. As the Cloaks can set up for the Ice Blast. Nonetheless, so Masteros will activate the pipe, and SMG, they just shrug off a couple of spells, and now they're the ones in control of this area.
Yeah, now you don't have Doom still for a little bit. You don't have AA ulti. Tier 1 tower gonna go down. Good rotation there. Good move by mid one, honestly, as well, to come and join behind the tower there.
That Genuel is quick. He is very quick. Take the Wisdom Room.
If you sleep for even just a second, the Nature's Prophet will get you. He will steal it. And he TPs away to safety. Of course, their own Wisdom Rune is very far away and hard to reach right now for the side of Blacklist, as they have lost their towers in the bottom area. I want to almost see Blacklist try and play around top tier 1, but for now it looks like they're still working on finishing this Diffu on Pango. Understandable, it's a very strong item to get. Needs 350 more gold. So Ancients will do it. He is farming under a ward this entire time though, so this is a long time that they know he's indisposed.
Really nice tornado usage from KP. Doesn't even get his mana burnt.
That is definitely an insane creep to have when you're playing as Clockwork. The presence of mind to actually go for that immediately and like get this creep as soon as possible, as he did.
SMG, you don't want to give up this area though. Much everyone nearby. Raven's about to solo kill Genuel on the opposite side of the map, so a bit of a freebie for the Sven.
Yeah, he got too close under a ward. Got caught there.
Top of the Ice Blast. I'll be able to land the Doom as well, but the Ice Blast just off the mark.
He's dead.
It got the connection, got the pass through. Now Masteros is in trouble as well. Surge on cooldown. Carl's going to be able to catch up to him. This is a much needed couple of kills for Blacklist. We saw early on the rotations out of the Nature's Prophet in combination with no one was setting them up to have a really good early game. But Blacklist, they've been able to stabilize and now have a 2,000 net worth lead and a potentially tier 1 tower on top of that.
Yeah, maybe a bit greedy from SMG to stick around after their first failed jump. They're gonna go for a kill here on Cuckoo if they can get it. Yeah, hook in.
They're close to react though. They are really close to react.
It's a trade.
It's gonna need a TP out pretty fast. It's not a good trade if you lose the Invoker though. Tornado gets some separation. SMG are actually coming over. Mid one's here too, just in case.
Well, it was going to be a trade if they went for the Clockwork, but they opted to try and go for the bigger kill, but ended up getting nothing now. Since they tried for the Invoker, but he's a harder one to bring down, especially with Nature's Prophet coming in to, you know, back him up as well. Make sure they can get out, has the Sprout there for safety. So that was, in the end, a very clean takedown.
You didn't even get the top tower as well. I mean, you V'd all their attention away with that attempt at the triangle, so SMG really lose nothing.
That's the one downside for Blacklist so far, is that the Sven is really just focusing on farming, hasn't made a move towards the tower, and he's the only real tower damage they have, whereas everyone on the side of SMG have been much more active. We even see top tower now gonna get denied by Doom as he realizes this is not long for the world, and that's 3 towers for 0. Not a comfortable start. Map is getting small here for Blacklist. And the invasion is coming. Sven just wants to farm. Can't get ruptured.
Yeah, he's not going to have that opportunity to farm though. He's got a BKB to activate. He's going to have the potential to turn around though, but the Cogs, Arfu will make sure there is no chance at all. SMG, very nice invasion. They're going to be able to get the D ward as well. And like you said, this map is going to start to look very difficult to play because KP is going to need an Atos to the face. Once again, the Tornadoes might prove to be a little bit of an issue here for SMG.
He's so hard to kill with the Vanguard as well as the Hurricane that, of course, keeps getting him out of trouble there. They try to catch him, but this man is slippery on his Doom. KP doing a good job, but he's not really getting too much actively done, though.
Oh, man, so close. All right, they'll get Tim's at least,
Oh,
maybe.
He didn't see him. Now he saw him.
Bit of a freebie. No one's already got the Midas coming out, so extra injection in gold. In fact, it's mid one that's rewarded, so he's going to be closer towards that BKB.
I'm gonna help him get ready for the fight as well. But
guys, they just left the neutral token, and now Radiant gonna seal it with the Courier. Okay.
Yeah. Rubik is like, oh yoink. Not just spell stealing, but also neutral item stealing. That was no one's item, I think. Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Well, sometimes when you play these ganking heroes, you know, your attention is way too much on just tempo, and didn't notice that he dropped an item, but at least he's got the occult bracelet. Even with the nerf, it's pretty much the same as a tier 2 item.
I must say, it is very funny watching Blacklist go down 4 arcane boots when you're playing into an invoker.
Yeah, I saw Doom's mana, like he got EMP'd and then he was full mana again.
It's like, yeah, screw this hero, dude. You want to play Closex Invoker? You want to just be up to this crap? Yeah, all right. we'll go all the arcanes we need.
They got Rupture again. Pango in trouble.
A little bit too late on the swashbuckle. Arthur is on point with that hook shot as well. It's deep under the tower. They are reacting, though, for the boys on Blacklist. And, I mean, SMG, they've stepped far too down on the low ground. No one's going to be cut off. He'll try and... Wait, is no one going to die?
Holy.
Dude, Surge given over. No one...
He's fine. What?
Are you serious?
That was some real juke moves there. The Invoker. One of my favorites. Yeah, I mean, one of mine, too. Nice play, dude. Nice play.
All right.
He just charged through, and there we see the value of the ice wall, right? What a good spell to drop. Way too many invokers sleep on this ability, not dropping it in fights.
Who do you feel like is going to have a bigger, like, next 5 minutes? Because we have a very even game 20 minutes in.
I think Blacklist, once they can start actually swinging. So far, it feels like they're just incapable of making their own moves. They're always being stunted by these initiations by SMG. Even though that worked out for them this time, what they want to do is really group up as 5 with key timings. The Blink Dagger on Sven is going to be the big one. So looking towards that, I think they'll be pretty damn strong. But SMG are not letting their foot off the gas. Look at them. They're smoking in again, just looking for whatever they can find.
Oh, well done, Cuckoo. Great positioning. I mean, they know you're back to farming right now. You're not looking to try and take a fight. God Strength Doom on cooldown, Rolling Thunder on cooldown as well. So that's just Cuckoo's job to be able to position himself in front of the cores so they can freely farm and he can act as a blockade to any smoke gank.
Tries to eat the gank. Did have the 4 stuff, but not enough to get him to safety there. And top. Sticking around for the Wisdom Rune was dangerous thing to do for the Rubik. He's gonna become a Wisdom Rune. Extra experience for SMG, and they're gonna go for a Tormentor steal at 21. Dude, this is big. They just happen to be in the area now, so they're gonna conveniently just take this here, and that is a Nature's Prophet shard for free. All right. I mean, with the way that Nature's Prophet support is played, it's actually a pretty damn good shard.
We're going to see him come into play again. Moving to the
Atos?
bottom. KP. Oh, Atos is there. Now, he's still got the pipe to play around with. He's got Sven nearby. I think he wants nothing to do with it. Yeah, KP fell down a little bit too fast than expected, so Raven's going to continue.
Look at the damage taken from the shard there. It actually did quite a bit in that short amount of time. With the Sprout as well. Nature's Prophet did 1,100 damage.
They're going to be looking at Roshan for the boys on SMG. So, well, he's super farmed as his Nature's Prophet support. The fact that he's actually somehow even neck and neck with his mid laner on no one. So, Solid Crest will be able to ramp up this potential. Alacrity given over to mid one as well. Now, they are coming down, though, on Blacklist.
Yeah, they're running over. Could maybe be there in time, but they don't have Doom in the smoke. And they don't have the Blink Dagger just yet on the Sven either. Roche is falling pretty damn quickly. They have to beeline it if they're gonna make it in time.
Clockwork's not here if a fight does break out. Ice Blast would be a perfect timing as well. I mean, Age is going to be picked up, but you need to retreat on SMG. This is not a fight you can take with everyone getting clipped from the AA ultimate, and they'll do just that.
They cut their losses, yeah. That's a good one. They run away immediately. They realize when the AA ulti lands as well that this is not going to be a good position. They drop 2 low HP during the Roche for themselves as well. But that's still going to be fantastic. I mean, yeah, Constellation kill going to give you 800 gold for that POS 5 kill, but still, He just in hand now for Bloodseeker. He will be a little bit more confident going up against the Sven. And they're going for a second Tormentor here, going for their own. Darkseer's gotta be careful. He's got the blink. Gets away.
Both supports?
Wow, that's so nice. Getting it on Clockwork as well. So now he's got both Force Staff and the Jetpack. I think that's the best case scenario, actually, getting it on him. You could have gone it on Invoker, which is nice. The EMP getting the pull is pretty damn powerful, but I think you'd rather just get your supports to be as strong as possible here too.
What do we need to see out of KP in particular with these upcoming fights? We spoke in the draft that he's got some pretty good Doom targets to potentially use it on, but who do you feel like is the most important now with this upcoming one?
If the fight hasn't started yet, then I would say Darkseer is the most important. Like, if he didn't use his combo, his vacuum, his ulti, his pipe, then it's huge to turn that off. If the fight is already ongoing, though, then it's probably just Invoker or Bloodseeker that he has to turn his attention towards. But the big question for me is, how is Raven going to be able to connect to the next fight now? He has that Blink Dagger, ever so important that the Sven is able to come online in these fights. He's what you have everything invested in. He's got the biggest net worth. Needs to lead his team here.
Been farming up a Storm, but like you said, needs to be able to have that impact inside some of the fights now. Chrysalis is currently queued up for him. We've seen a lot of Silver's Edge lately with the Sven, so if that's something he potentially wants to go down, maybe he can just build it into a Daedalus in the future. But yeah, Raven's really going to need to start to pull his weight. 4-1-0. He's been involved in a couple of kills, but needs to be big in this upcoming fight, and a DD could be huge if he can find it, but maybe SMG are going to be able to get there first with the smoke. Yeah,
no one is going to spot it, so gonna run over, might take it for himself, might leave it. He is sitting on it and finally takes it.
But did they see him? Yeah, they did. Afu jumps up the top. Great timing the Force stuff though.
Oh no, both supports.
Yeah, he'll make sure there's no opportunity of the supports being able to escape. The combo's out for the Darkseer. You don't get that vital kill onto the Sven. They're hunting bottom, though. They see Carl as well outside the base, but also Renit have a pretty nice cliff fort that sees mid one alone.
I think it's big now that both the supports are so squishy on the side of Blacklist. Having both the Force Staff only supports versus looking over to the side of Team SMG, where you got the Furion, definitely not an easy hero to bring down in his own right, but then Clockwork with the jetpack as well, and being a tanky melee hero.
They're going to bait mid one. They're starting to come down. Radiant unaware there's a ward inside the lane. Nice scan, okay. Very good read that potentially people playing on the high ground.
Yeah, they won't fall for this. A little bit too aggressive, obvious movement there, but at the same time, right now, all of Team Blacklist is stuck in their own base. Nobody's hitting creeps, nobody's farming, and meanwhile, SMG, they got the Nature's Prophet, farming top, split pushing, they're, enjoying the farm on bottom lane. Map is looking so scary for SMG, or for Blacklist right now, sorry.
Dude, it's a 16% probability for them. Only 2,000 lead for SMG, but I'm quite surprised the probability is swinging that heavily into Dai's favor.
Has a lot to do with the towers, losing the towers the way they have. They only got one tier 1 tower, and you're playing on very limited map. So right now the net worth difference isn't that big, but it's gonna keep getting exaggerated here as you lose mid tower as well. The tier 2 is gone. And you're gonna lose access to your outposts. Afu is going over and gonna take the outpost now.
We'll be able to catch out Tim's. Looking to try and TP out with a stolen one. Okay.
That's a funny survival right there. I like how he had his own TP available too, but he decides to go for the teleportation that he just stole. So. Okay, I mean, I guess now he has TP on Rubik. He can maybe get some sneaky positioning for a lift surprise initiation on something. But it's looking tough, man. This deep ward bottom needs to be dewarded. It's giving so crucial information.
It might force out the BKB. Raven's just a little bit too close to the base, though. I do really like this item choice, though, from Raven. He's got the Nullify queued up, a great way to address the Darkseer. Importantly, the Bloodseeker, though. This hero really heavily relies on Blood Rage, and Nullify will still go through BKB. So if he can get to this stage on Raven, he's going to have a lot of impact with this item.
It's definitely something that he can do here. I mean, it doesn't actually dispel if he has BKB up in time, by the way. They changed the interaction for it. Okay. That's why the It was in the 734. It doesn't debuff during immunity, so he needs to throw it. But if he hits Bloodseeker even for a second, I agree that it's still very, very strong here. But it's similar, yeah, similar to Ursa. The Bloodseeker relies on having his attack speed buff. I mean, it's 175 attack speed, and even the spell amp increases his DPS from the Mjolnir itself.
Like you said, I mean, this net worth lead is just slowly growing for SMG.
Dude,
no one's might.
I missed this. They stole the wisdom. They used the Rubik TP. No, the other way around. The stolen Rubik Nature's Prophet TP. He went in and stole it.
All right. I see.
That's so good, Tims. I mean, he's making the best out of a bad situation right now on the Rubik there. So they get some experience back there. That's a nice swing.
Like you were saying earlier on, though, like with all the towers going the way of SMG, it's such an early stage. This net worth lead is just slowly growing, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. And these supports on Dire are going to have a lot of value as this game goes on. Like I think Arfu already with minimal gold has been exceptional with his rocket flares to scout out Blacklist movements. I think his hook shots and cogs could be very devastating for the Pango inside some of the fights for the Sven as well if he can block off a choke point. So not only is it the cause we have to be worried about, you know, the Wombo combo, potentially even the Hex about to be picked up for Mastros, and it just needs a couple more components. So
yeah,
it's not just the cause, you're going to be worried about the supports as well.
Definitely agree, and there's a lot to shove them back into their base all the time inside Blacklist. You got the Forge Spirits pushing now from the Invoker, you got the Nature's Prophet with this ulti, which by the way, he's soon gonna have Aghanims for. He's 300 gold away, and I would say when he finishes that, he's earned his promotion. He's an offlaner at that point, and you're playing with 3 core heroes. So yeah, this is looking pretty damn good what's coming out. Big move here. This is pivotal. Can they get a pick off on the Darkseer? They don't see him.
Oh, they're coming over actually. Arfu pivots back over towards the mid lane. Is going to be able to get the start onto Cuckoo, and quickly Januel is going to be in as well. All of a sudden, SMG, every single hero is nearby just in case a further fight breaks out, but it would just be the death onto Cuckoo.
These wards by Alpha so clutch, man. The lane wards there. Sven was standing under the vision for a little bit as well, waiting for a jump, trying to see if anyone comes in, but because of those wards, not gonna see any good targets, so they lose another little skirmish, and that's gonna just lead to them getting forced back to base again. We see bottom lane pushing in, mid lane pushing in, and at the same time, Nature's Prophet just jungling away, finishes the Aghanims.
I think you really need to start to consider about a gem on Blacklist. Like you just
yes.
The vision is it's just punishing Blacklist. They can't get onto the map. Gem is probably going to be picked up pretty shortly from them, I think.
It's kind of funny how gem works, because it's like you don't want to buy it when you're behind, because if you die, and there's a higher chance you die because you're behind, but at the same time that's when you need it the most, so that you can prevent those deep wards from just completely taking over the game. The ward bottom has timed out now, lived a full and happy life. It's retired, you know, but the mid ward, we might see the same thing there. That ward is, you know, just living full and healthy lives here on the wards, which is not what you want to have happen. Another smoke coming out. Revealed. Okay, they got a lucky bash on him immediately. So
we've sung the praises a lot of this Nature's Prophet hero, stealing wisdom rooms, versatile item build, strong laner, but your potential just to be able to ward anywhere at any time on the map as well is really another very important thing that this characteristic of this hero.
That's very true. And also, you know, a lot of it comes back to Afu and the style he's playing as well on his clockwork, because he's been also the one to drop some of these good sneaky wards. So just good read on the map and understanding of how you want to dictate the pace of the game using these wards. Move down to bottom now, checking. Roche could have respawned already, but it's not up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It is nonetheless important, that kill though. We do see them be able to get out on the map. So they drop a cliff ward down further to the west, and they have firm control of bottom as well. So we do see they're eventually going to need to go back and defend their buildings. So maybe this will give an opportunity for SMG to reoccupy around Roshan.
Yeah, they should take over the Roche area, because he could spawn any second right now, and SMG don't want to risk the Blacklist control of the Roche pit, since they have pretty fast Roche with the Sven, and also the minus armor coming in from Pango. So, moving to bottom, but at the same time, Blacklist, they want to try and fight this. Only 7,000 gold behind is not that massive. They could take a good fight if they get vision.
But they don't have a smoke on Blacklist for this fight. So it will be a little bit awkward. And KP's cut off from the team. No one's about to run into him. It's actually Arfu that starts over towards Raven. Meanwhile, KP's got to find the Doom onto the Bloodseeker as well. It's a decent start to the fight for the Blaze on Blacklist, but can they get more out of this? As Carl charges up the Rolling Thunder, Mastros an aggressive jump.
Oh, the double cliffing.
Sends two people onto the high ground. Cuckoo will get forced down. Raven can blink down as well. But they can watch them. Now they can go back in with the Doom on cooldown. SMG, a beautiful dance. It was in and out they went, and now they see the opportunity to be able to chase down the remaining members as KP will TP out. Sims and Carl should be able to run themselves away as well, but I mean, great step out from SMG. Just the way they evaluated that team fight to look to kite. Mastros was big with the vacuum. It bought them valuable seconds, and once the Doom expired, they could re-enter.
They show good understanding too. They see the Sven, they jump the Sven before he can jump on anyone else. Like, the Clockwork basically just jumps on a grenade there, saying, okay, I see him, guys, I'll lock him down, don't worry. And then every single player on SMG can feel safe to take the fight without that concern. Of course, Doom still got that jump in and went over on the Bloodseeker, but without Sven there for damage, they're kind of lacking. They don't have the greatest damage output without their carry here. So, yeah, just really well taken team fight there by SMG. Good read.
Now you've got the Aegis onto mid one. And with Butterfly about to be completed, he is huge. You also have Cheese as well onto Mastros too.
Yeah, going to be absolutely massive for him to get this Butterfly. Then he can stand toe-to-toe to Sven and not immediately get evaporated. Meanwhile, Tormentor is being taken here, so something for Radiant at least here. Blacklist get the shard over on Rubik, which is a fantastic shard to get. A little bit lower in value when you play against a Bloodseeker, because Rupture saving when you're... or saving with Telekinesis against Rupture is not that easy.
Oh, Mastros has a Hex now.
Oh my god.
He's so farmed.
Yeah, he's... And the Lotus was paying big value in last fight as well. Using that against the Sven, he ended up stunning himself, so Lotus also showing to be a very good item for him.
See, SMG. I feel like there's a big opportunity for them to be able to take firm control of this game. 9,000 lead, but one more fight. Potential high ground objectives could be under siege. An early jump in from Arfu onto Raven. There's no real follow-up though, just some spells getting chucked back at Arfu just to be a bit of a deterrent so they won't continue.
It's just a prank, man. It's just a prank. He's getting out again. Meanwhile, the Nature's Prophet, he's got his eyes on the prize. The 2 Wisdom runes, gets both of them this time. So they did manage to steal Wisdom last time on the side of Blacklist with the stolen teleportation. This time though, not gonna get anything. So that was really just a distraction play by Arfu bottom. They were never aiming to kill anyone.
And speaking of Arfu, just scouts out Cuckoo dropping a cliff ward, so they have full read of the potential of Blacklist trying to take a fight around this high ground with a ward set up, so they're just going to play completely away from there.
Yeah, playing towards where they are strong, not going to go into the enemy Ancients right now, it looks like, but maybe they want to try and think about it. They have this Lincolns on Invoker, by the way, now as well. Very, very useful against Doom and Sven, even against Rubik.
They're just going to walk up. See Raven showing top. Glyph's going to be expended early. Arfu's going to give them the information as well. What is this Clockwork up to? Forward. Did they see him?
I don't think so.
They didn't.
I think they're suspecting it, but I don't think they've seen him. And oh, if he rockets from there and hooks on the Sven, it could be massive.
That ward's going to be devastating.
He does that.
In his grant. Starts on to Raven, who will be able to turn with the Gold Strength BKB as well, but this is multiple seconds of his combo just wasted onto a support, and he's still stuck in the trees. Rupture out onto Carl as well, so he's going to be bleed to death as mid one now looks to KP. A disastrous defense of the high ground. And they're going to be reliant on their buybacks. KP will use it instantly. Raven's going to get another jump in. His God Strength's expiring shortly. KP will find an opportunity here with the Doom. They'll turn to
the Aegis
as well. They've been able to isolate mid one on the first lap. Can they kill him a second time though? As SMG, they still have multiple members nearby to be able to protect him off the back of the respawn. And now mid one He's actually going to try and turn to be able to chase down KP. That's a dieback out of the Doom. And SMG, what's the call now? Do you want to stick around for some objectives or not?
The backdoor protection going down, the creeps are coming in. Mid one could keep right-clicking here, but I think they should run away as all of them smoke up on the side of Blacklist. And yeah, good call to not stick around too long here. Fantastic engagement though. I mean, props to Afu. He set all that up. Sure, the Bloodseeker was tearing through heroes and the damage and the control from the Invoker as well was beautiful, but the Clockwork made all that happen. That was really just his creation, that fight. He died a martyr, the first one to go down in the fight, but, you know, getting no experience for it.
Oh, no. There's a DD on mid one. You can't take this fight. Aggressive force back into the middle. Cuckoo's going to be killed off, and now no one's already hunting for more. Combo's going to be off the mark. Tims will be able to escape.
Yeah, that's 2 heroes down, though they still know that Doom doesn't have buyback yet. 30 seconds, you know, on that dieback. It's got to be tough. Sven has everything at his disposal, though. If he can get a jump for once, maybe they can win a fight.
Dude, Afu!
He's just in there. He stopped this Sven again. He stopped the blink.
Dagger! Dude, Afu!
He's owning.
Not dude.
He's so impressive. And now you have Sven ulti cooldown. They're just gonna back up. They're like, okay, cool. You used your ulti. We just chill. Also buyback on the AA. So they thought they would get the jump there, but Afu is just absolutely owning them in these engagements.
This guy's having an MVP performance, right? 3, 7, and 10. I don't care about the KD.
No.
He's having this game is incredible.
It's all in the details. All in the details. This is so far definitely standout the player of the game. Like he's just every single fight locked down the Sven from doing anything. As a support, as a POS, essentially POS 5, because Nature's Prophet really is the, you know, the POS 4. He's greedy as hell. He's a POS 3 for God's sake. So with that little gold, being able to have the impact of shutting down a 22,000 gold hero, it's brutal to watch. Really impressive though, super impressive.
He has a very interesting kind of sort of heroes that he likes to play. We've seen multiple times that Elder Titan is picked up on the fall, where it was banned out this game. You know, it seems like he, you know, of course, he likes a lot of the melee position fours. His Earthshaker is always formidable, but he's got those range heroes that he can play incredibly well as well. But currently, melee ones in particular have been standout for him so far in the qualifiers.
He likes to play those melee heroes that stun a lot of people. He basically doesn't like watching enemy play Dota. So yeah, he stops them from doing stuff, which is, you know, that seems to be satisfactory to him. If he sees a key target, even Rubik here.
Now the jump, this time it's onto the Rubik. This time Raven's going to be able to find an opportunity to stop, but the Sprout puts Raven on the wrong side of the wall. They're still going to be able to get the turnaround. A decent turn here for the boys, but it looks like no one, all the attention was put onto the Bloodseeker, so the Invoker should be able to clean up. Somehow Raven's able to get back further inside the base. Genuel's trying to catch up to him, and they'll snipe him down under the tier 4.
Double buyback.
They're vital for the turnaround on Blacklist. They'll be able to catch up to Genuel. Mashos will surge away on the right side, but Blacklist want to make sure that no one can escape with their own lives, and they will be able to shut them down. It does cost them multiple key buybacks there for Radiant, but finally they're able to at least edge out a victory.
In a strange kind of mirroring of what's happened before, this time instead of the Afu Clockwork being the only one to die, he was the only one to survive, and then his entire team died instead. I think that jump was a miscalculation. As much as we've been singing his praises here, I think he saw the Rubik, got a little bit greedy, felt like they were pretty far ahead, jumped him, and this time Sven got what he wanted. He could pick a target, jumps in, immediately they killed off the Bloodseeker. And here we see the initiation. Look at Sven jumping in, finds the blood, and quickly they go in with the Doom as well. Just double down on getting rid of that carry. And that's 26k gold gone. Once he's not in the fight anymore, they could pick apart this fight pretty easily.
Dire's middle tower.
So we kind of see the recipe for success here, and something you've been mentioning, like Raven needs to start the fight, and it seems like they just need to dump everything onto mid one as well. But if that happens once again, and you're not perfect with maybe shutting down no one as well, then this time Blacklist won't have buybacks. And unfortunately for them, Roshan, it's a long respawn as well.
Yeah, it's not up yet. It's the second time they have control of the Roche area, and it's not spawning. Man, Gaben is doing them dirty in this game. They're holding the area, but we see SMG coming over. I completely agree, though. If they shut down the Bloodseeker, it can be pretty impressive how they just pick apart the fight.
Oh, food, dude. No teammates even remotely close to the clockwork.
He's put the fear of God into these guys. They're like, oh no, he's coming. Look at like, what, 50, 60,000 net worth total, running away from 10,000 net worth total. The clockwork is here. But of course, they don't have the bird's perspective that we do. We can see everything here. So they're going to back up and re-smoke, though. Re-engage.
This is a cool angle, though, from Blacklist.
Could work out well.
Radiant are scanning.
Mid one, though, sitting in a good position. This is like the smoke reveal trees. This is where you always go when you want to smoke reveal for Roche fights. The big wraparound, though. Nobody's defending mid. It should be pretty obvious to SMG that there's a smoke.
It's about to expire. Quarter duration.
They re-smoked.
No one. Oh, look at the ghost walk. Instant BKB. No one's not going to mess around. They'll get confirmation of where they are. And now Arthur's got a hook shot. We saw that Raven previously had to start the fight. And this time was going to be able to turn to get the kill onto Arthur, who's got a buyback. But they've wasted the BKB. And they can just wait for the God Strength as well. Blacklist, they need to go again. And they need to go.
Oh, Fury tipping into everyone, though.
Dude, he just TP'd straight on top.
Daniel. What the hell, man?
Freebie.
Oh, okay. They gotta... Maybe they can play towards Clockwork, who bought back. He's running here. Maybe they can pick him off as well before he regroups with his team.
Oh, nice Sunstrike, dude. What is that vision? Sees all four. Can he cancel some TPs?
Oh!
We got one.
Oh.
At least it's just the AA. They'll catch Kuku. Tim's was also able to TP out. That could have been disastrous, though. They were all lined up.
That was, yeah.
Ball back prior could have been stopped short thanks to the hook shot, but they'll make it out. It will give Roche, though, over to SMG.
Dude, that hook shot, if it was a few millimeters to the right, you know, it could have hit 3 heroes, it looked like. It could pass through 2 of them and hit the one in the back, stunning all of them. But it's going to be finally Roche taken up here.
Oh, it's a Scepter. Oh, Mid one is licking his lips. Scepter for me? Oh, he shouldn't have.
That can be a very nice one for him to get. There is at least the nullifier on the Sven, though, so he can dispel the shield, but even just the damage increase of the Blood Mist isn't too bad here, and you're not always going to be nullified, so Blood Mist can be pretty effective here.
What's his Corey doing here? What?
I do not.
That's both gems in the hands of Arfu.
He got the AA shard as well as they took the Radiant Tormentor. It's going to be the Invoker shard this time.
Very interesting game.
It's a, you know, it's a wild one to start out the series here. We're still only in game number 1, 20,000 gold lead. But we have seen the potential for Blacklist. Yes. They have the damage.
Just because it needs to be said, whether it's going to happen or not, SMG as an organization have always had difficulties with closing out games. Just needs to be said that, you know, we've seen Blacklist in the past couple of fights. It has to be Raven starting, though. You've said it multiple times. If Raven is not the one starting, fights... the percentage gets far lower down on the success rate if they're going to be able to come out on top if Raven is not the one getting the jump. He's very close to level 25 as well, so it could help out with that extra burst potential.
It's pretty huge that he got himself the ninja gear, by the way. Like, that's so massive when he is the one who needs to stay hidden and then get the jump on the opponent. So having this smoke available for himself all the time is really, really huge. He's going to go and get himself his level 25 talent. The damage talent is coming in for 50% extra. So he can definitely delete heroes fast now.
Building up quite this barrier here for mid one. Except let's see what the decision's going to be if they even feel like they can pierce the high ground. Still have a long time left of this Aegis to work with. Maybe they just want to continue to farm and wait for some next items. I mean, Masros has almost got Lincoln's, BKB just completed on Genuel.
Yes, the BKB Assault Cuirass, Power Tread, Solar Crest, Nature's Prophet. My favorite POS 5. This looks like he has, you know, overtaken the Doom here as well.
Very cool.
Masteros is doing a good job, though, staying ahead of this monster Nature's Prophet, trying to take his pos 3 away from him.
Oh, they're coming. All right. Raiden have a pretty crafty ward, though, that might scout out some of the backline. SMG will look for the smoke, though.
Sven, thinking about it.
Okay, well, Raven, an aggressive start in. Mid one just turns with him.
He's bashed.
Raven! Oh, he's got a buyback. That's a dieback on him. And now KP as well. He's going to be ruptured.
Oh my god, dude.
Again to turn with the buildings, dude.
That's just it.
Big opportunity.
I mean, that's just it, dude. 2 minutes. He doesn't have buyback. He jumped in. Doom wasn't with him. I'm not sure if Doom was being gone on at the same time or if it was just miscommunication and what happened there. There was a Lotus Orb over on the Bloodseeker, so Doom probably didn't want to jump in and drop his ulti, because that would doom himself as well. But that was just disjointed, man.
He's got buyback in 30 seconds. They're actually going to try and go before the potential of the Sven to respawn. They want to deal with the first life. Telekinesis closer inside the base. Carl's able to find a good combo and deal with the Aegis early on. Again, oh, Masteros. Oh, there's no follow-up, though. Wall's still on cooldown. It's going to protect mid one at least off the back of the respawn. They're going to deal with the objective.
Oh, the stolen vacuum!
He sets up for the Ice Blast. It's just not enough, though. It is not enough. Another tornado. No one is going to...
Sven, 2, 1.
Sven's going to be up in a couple of seconds. The buyback can use it now, but he doesn't have the members to fight with as SMG. They're on the full retreat, but Raven's going to stop them short with the Storm Member onto 2. KP's got the follow-up as well. Again, Masteros this time. He's got the wall to combine with, and it was beautiful. They'll be able to tear them apart. Mid one's going one by one. He's got a buyback to look to rejoin, but Carl will reign supreme at the moment. One more swashbuckle to get Genuel. He TP's out in the nick of time. But again, that's a dieback on KP. That's a dieback on Raven as well. And SMG, they can walk it down and go for one last push.
Yeah, they're all coming, and there are going to be 5 as well. Clockwork respawning soon, and they're just starting to lay into this building. Sadly for Carl and Cuckoo here, they do not have any friends anymore. Januel trying to go on him.
Force. Nice force from no one. Gets him out, and no threat now. I mean, the potential to maybe blow one person, and they know it as well. G's are dropped. Nothing left in the tank for the boys on Blacklist. SMG, they'll take game 1 at 49 minutes in, and now they are 1 game away of booking their ticket into the grand finals.
Yeah, that's going to be a very, very good start here. Some solid gameplay overall. I want to say that the standout